Hey, my friends out there in Internet Land. James Jordan, the best networker alive, just coming to you today with this awesome training that we're going to be doing today. This is episode 3 in the Marketing Sensei series, and I have the honor of having one of my good friends, one of my good mentors, Laura Parrish, on the line. She's going to be sharing with you her story. She's going to be sharing with you some super ninja tricks that's allowed her to go out and create multiple six figures. So, with that being said, Laura, I just want to introduce you and just allow you to say hello to everyone and start sharing your story.
Sure. Do I have like 5 hours? Because that's how long it'll take. No, I'm just kidding. I could, though. I could. So, like James said, first of all, thanks for having me on. I appreciate the invite. I'm very grateful to you. And like James said, I'm a multiple six-figure earner inside of internet marketing. The company that I'm affiliated with is Empower Network. And honestly, I'm just a stay-at-home mom. I will have been with Empower Network for 3 years come May 24th, so I'm just like 3 months shy of being with him for 3 years. But really, I'm just a stay-at-home mom, and I was on Facebook all the time. Now, if you're a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad and you have young children, Facebook is like your social outlet, for adult interaction because you have kids. So it's like you get on Facebook and you say, just finish the dishes, or, just put the kids in bed or whatever. And that's all I really did. I played on Facebook and I came across an ad about working from home. And, you never know if they're going to be real or not real because there are so many things out there that aren't real when it comes to working from home. So whatever you come across, make sure you do some research on it to make sure it's legit. But I came across Empower Network, and it's real. It's very real. Income disclaimer, my results aren't typical. To see the average earnings of an Empower Network affiliate, go to www.empowernetwork.com/income.php. But you can see some checks behind me, 53,000 and I think a 48,000 for a couple different quarters, and I didn't have room for my 152,000 check. But it's just been absolutely amazing. I came into this industry not knowing what I was doing, not knowing what a blog was, but I did know a few things. And what I knew was I was tired of living paycheck to paycheck. Fortunately, I'm able to be a stay-at-home mom because my husband made decent money. But honestly, we just got by. It just met the bills. There was nothing extra to do date nights. There was nothing extra, to do anything special with the kids. And I was just over it, And it began with that being my why, wanting to find something to do legitimate online to be able to help pay for things, help be able to live the life that we wanted to live. It wasn't about anything more than that except making some money to help contribute to the finances. And I came across Empower Network, and I got a lot more than I bargained for. And, like most people on the internet when they first get started, I struggled because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what a list was. I didn't know what a blog was. I didn't know any of this stuff. And I struggled, but I didn't struggle for long because the products of Empower Network teach you how to market, right? And I said, I'm going to get the products, I'm going to get all in, and I'm going to learn how to do this. And I did. And really, my biggest breakthrough came when I stopped trying to make money, because, we all get into the business, we want to make money, make money, make money. And my biggest breakthrough came when I stopped trying to make money and really started trying to help people change their lives the way that I was changing mine. So it's kind of like that thing when they say when you're looking for love, if you stop looking, then it happens. Same type of thing, like I was trying to do this and trying to make money, trying to make money, trying to make money. And when I gave up on pushing so hard and just let go and said, hey, why am I doing this? I'm doing this to change my life. And if I really listen to the other people out there who are coming to me for help and what their story is and why they want to change their life, that's when it really started happening for me. And it's just been absolutely amazing. Like I said, I've been with Empower Network for almost 3 years. My best month inside of Empower Network was $33,700. I spoke on stage in the Get Money event in Chicago of April 2013. I also spoke on stage at the Washington, D.C. regional event. I opened that event, and it's just been amazing. I never, ever dreamed that I would be where I am today because of internet marketing, because of Empower Network in this business. We've been able to buy our very first brand new car. We bought a brand new Suburban. We own our first home, a first-time homeowner. And it's completely changed our lives. And I guess the most amazing thing for me is I'm a recovering alcoholic. On March 20th of this year, which is in just a little over a month, one day at a time, I will have been sober for 4 years. And I never, ever believed that anyone would ever want to hear anything that I have to say. I mean, who am I? I'm just a stay-at-home mom. I'm an ex-drunk. What do I have of value to offer people? I never thought that I had anything. I never thought I was worth anything. I never believed in myself. But I went to an event in San Diego in September of 2012, and I heard at the time co-founder David Sharp speak on stage about his struggles, and we share a lot of the same story. And in listening to what he had to say, I said to myself, man, if this guy can do it, why can't I? And I went up to him and I said, I'm going to be your next leader. I'm going to be on your stage. I'm going to have a banner. And I said I would do it in a 3-month time period, and I did. And so the biggest thing I can give, advice I can give to people in this business is not to give up. They say 95% of internet marketers fail because of distractions, which is true. You see this here and you want to sign up for it. You see that there, you want to sign up for it, see this. And the bottom line is it doesn't matter really what business you're in. None of them are going to be successful for you until you make a decision. Some people will join something and say, well, that one didn't work, so let me try this one. Well, guess what? That one's not going to work for you either. None of it is going to work until you change. It's about a mindset shift. It's about you changing who you are and being determined and not giving up. See, when you quit, you're not quitting on your sponsor, your team. You're quitting on your own dreams. You're quitting on your own desires. You're quitting on your own self-worth. And you don't have to do that. No one ever said it was easy, right? No one ever said that it wouldn't be frustrating at times. No one ever said it wouldn't be hard to learn. But I always say it's worth it. And, honestly, those words are relative. What might be hard for me could be super easy for you, and vice versa. So never give up on your dreams. That's what I say. Your why has to be big enough, because if your why is just something small and then you accomplish it, then why do you keep going, right? But my why turned into helping people see, because of my past and where I've been and the things that I've done, that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy because of the way that I used to live. My why is to show people that your past doesn't define you. Just because you may have made bad decisions in your past, or maybe didn't necessarily live the right way, or you're not proud of some of the things that you've done, or you never thought that you would be worth anything or be able to offer value to anyone, that's absolutely not true. Because anyone who truly follows you is going to follow you for who you are now and where you're going. So understanding that your past doesn't define you, my why is speaking hope into inspiration into people and teaching them that they truly do deserve to live the way that they want to live, to have the things that they want to have, and they can absolutely do it. All it takes is a decision, some commitment, and the action steps to move forward, and just never giving up. And you can have your wildest dreams. And that's pretty much my story summed up, James.
Absolutely, and you hit on so many points that are so true when it comes to just going out and creating results. You see a lot of people, they make excuses and they just never make the decision, right? That's one thing that I realized when I was struggling, when I wasn't, creating results in my business. It was because I was being indecisive as to whether or not I wanted it, as to whether or not I wanted to live with purpose and things of that nature. Now, now that you've shared your story, right, let's get into the meat and potatoes and just share a little bit about what you feel has helped you get the results that you have, because I know you're like a superstar queen on Facebook, right? That's how I got connected with you before I met you. And so just share a couple of tips that people can use when it comes to using Facebook, because a lot of people see that people are making money on Facebook, but they're not exactly sure, what to do specifically to go out and start getting results. So if you can just share, 1 or 2 tips that can help someone get started and be productive, that would be excellent.
Okay. Well, the first thing I'll say, and this is for Facebook and anything else, this is something I tell people all the time, and it is absolutely teetotally true, and this will certainly help you with Facebook, and that is understanding and coming to believe that everything that you want in life is on the other side of fear. And the reason that's helpful on Facebook is because to be successful in this business, at least in my opinion, for me, this is how I've become successful, is about putting yourself out there, right? Putting yourself out there and sharing who you are and your story, right? Because I was afraid, because I'm a recovering alcoholic. I mean, who wants to listen to me? Like I just said earlier, I didn't feel like I had anything valuable to offer. But the thing is, we can choose to be selfish and not share our stories because we're embarrassed, or we can get over that fear of embarrassment, get over that fear and that stigma of whatever it is in our past that we're dealing with, whatever our story was, what it is, and be selfless and share it. Because, see, there's someone out there who's going through exactly what you went through at one point in your life, or is going through it right now, and they need to hear your story so they feel like they're not alone. And that's how you connect with people. That's relationship marketing. So the way I've really been able to have success on Facebook is to open up my heart and share who I am on Facebook. And a lot of people have issue with that. They're afraid to do that. And so getting over that and putting yourself out there and saying, hey, this is who I am, this is what I do, this is where I've been, you know, this is where I'm going, this is what I do at home. That was the biggest key factor in starting it for me, and not being afraid of what your friends are going to think about you, of what your family's going to think about you. You know what? If your friends don't like seeing you put all your stuff in your news feed, unfriend them, or they can unfriend you, or they can turn off the notifications of you in their newsfeed. You know what I'm saying? If your family doesn't back you, say, I love you, I appreciate you, but you know what? I got to do what I got to do for me to help change my life. And honestly, anyone who truly and genuinely cares about you is going to be happy that you're trying to do something in your life to better yourself instead of put you down. You know what I'm saying? So you've really got to put yourself out there. You don't have to do videos. A lot of people are afraid to get in front of the camera. I know. I look at my first videos way back, and I'm like, whoa, I was really not good at this. But, you know, you got to put yourself out there. You got to be willing to talk about what it is that you're doing, to share your link so people can get to you, to find out who you are and what you're doing. And you also have to not be afraid of the temporary setbacks, which some people call failure. I don't believe in failure. I believe in mistakes and lessons learned, right? Because anytime you have a mistake, you can learn from it and move on and build from that. But you try something, and if it doesn't work, you try something else. And if that doesn't work, you try something else. But the bottom line is you never, ever, ever give up. And the thing that sets me and many of the other leaders apart in this industry, whether it be on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the leaders who do their own thing, email marketing, whatever, is really about who we are and how we present ourselves. So an example of that, the best one I can think of to give you, and I talk to my team about this all the time, is I frame it as nobody wants to buy a car from a car salesman, but who do we have to buy cars from? Car salesman, right? Yep, yep. But the difference is this. If you walk onto a lot and someone comes up to you, the car salesman, and they're like, down your throat, in your face, here's my card, you want to drive this, let's do that. You're like fed up, you're like, get away from me. I'll let you know if I need something, right? But if you have a car salesman who comes up to you and says, hey, this is my name, here's my card, you're probably just looking right now. If you have any questions, let me know. You're more apt to go to that person, right? Because you're more apt to trust them. And then, but wait, there's more, right? Imagine this. Imagine you say, okay, I'm going to go talk to that person because they didn't try to just sell me without really knowing what I needed, right? They let me take a browse at things. They might come to that salesperson and say, okay, I want a vehicle that's got 2 DVD players, 6 seats, leather interior, blah, 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 and give you all these things, and then the customer might say, so I think I want to buy a Cadillac Escalade, right? So the true salesperson that makes the difference, that makes you want to buy from them, is the salesperson that says, okay, and repeats back, I understand that you're looking for this, and this, and you think that you need to buy an Escalade for that. But let me tell you something. I could save you about 20 grand, and you could buy a Chevrolet Suburban that has the exact same features. It will save you money. You're not paying for that brand name. Now, who do you want to buy from? You see what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
by putting yourself out there and showing people who you are, not just shoving down their throats, hey, I joined this home work business, you know, come buy now, buy from me. Talk about who you are. Talk about what you're doing. Talk about how you're living the life that you want to live. And it really begins with learning to not live based on what's in your bank account. You know, I talked about that on stage in Washington, D.C., that so many people have this defeating feeling inside of them because, you know, they're like, and I used to live this way too, so I'm right there with you, right? It's like, oh, I can't go to the movies because we can't afford it. We can't go out to dinner because we can't afford it. We can't do this because we can't afford it. And when I learned to stop basing my decisions on what was in my bank account and start basing my decisions on what I wanted for my life and what I wanted for my family and what I wanted for my business, that really was a huge breakthrough for me, because I can promise you, if I was basing my decisions on my bank account, I never would have went to that first event in San Diego, because the excuses were, I can't afford a plane ticket, I can't afford, you know, a room to stay in, I can't afford to leave my kids who's, you know, going to take care of them while my husband's at work. It would have been everything and every excuse in the book. But let me tell you something, when you want something bad in life enough, you find a way to get it. And one of the big examples that I use that kind of freaks people out a little bit, but it's so true if you think about it, is if, for those of you who have kids out there, you'll understand what I'm saying about the feeling of depth and love. If you don't have kids but you have pets that you treat as children, it's the same type of thing. If someone were to kidnap your child and call you up with a ransom 24 hours later and says, you have a day to come up with $5,000, would you do it? Don't you think you would come up with $5,000 like that?
Exactly.
You would find a way, because that person or that child, whatever, pet, is that important to you, is a priority to you. And what I implore and I ask people is why are you any less valuable? Why is your business any less valuable? Why are you any less important? Why should you make yourself less of a priority? Because guess what? You can't take care of a business, you can't take care of a spouse, you can't take care of children, you can't take care of anything else if you don't first take care of you. So as far as Facebook goes, I implore everyone to open up and not be scared, to put yourself out there, to talk about who you are, share your story, whatever it may be, because you don't know the one person that will see your story and that will hear it, and you will change their life forever. You have no idea how much power your story has. So make sure you get in groups, you like the pages that you like, that you talk on, that you share on, you put yourself out there, you say, hey, this is who I am, and I'd like to share it with you a little bit about my story, and really just open yourself up, because then that makes you that car salesman, kind of, that everybody wants to buy from, because you're genuine and you're transparent, and people believe you because you're showing them that you're real. And that's how I've had all my success on Facebook.
Awesome, awesome. Those were some powerful tips that, you know, the people who really want to go out and get results are going to apply. I mean, Laura just shared with you some gold, and I can tell you from the past like 2 weeks since I came back from Vegas, I've literally been doing what she has been talking about, being vulnerable, being open. I literally cried last week on Facebook, and I did not want to, right? But people loved it, it resonated with them, and then when they start to see results from it, people start to rally around it. So take the information that Laura shared with you. I mean, she has the results, text, right? And just apply it, and you're going to go out and get results. And Laura, before we wrap up, first off, I just want to say I thank you and appreciate you for coming out and taking the time out just to do this training. How can people get in touch with you?
To get in touch with me, actually below me right here, you can see my name, and my link to my blog is www.lauraparrish.com, and by going to my blog, you can see all the things that I write about, from self-development to inspirational, motivational, to just fun, quirky things about learning who I am, to do-it-yourself tips, and all kinds of fun stuff. So you can check out my blog, and from my blog there are links to everything, my email, but I will give you my email address. If you want to email me directly, you can at TNS, that stands for Team No Sleep, tns.mastermind@gmail.com.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Laura. Appreciate you. Everyone, this is a wrap for the Marketing episode 3. So, James Jordan, best networker live, tuning out, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.